Hi, I'm Scott, you're watching Tanner Travels, and this is famed for its geological activity and scenic beauty. This vast island in the North Atlantic was first settled by Norwegian Vikings in the 9th century, and today is Europe's most sparsely populated country. This is mine and Gabby's first visit to Iceland, so we're doing what most tourists do and exploring the south coast. It's March 2024, so temperatures are still firmly in single figures. Arriving in Iceland at lunchtime, we picked up our hire car, then immediately set off to explore. We're in Iceland, and for the first time ever, I've decided to drive on holiday, trying to keep things as simple as possible, but that hasn't stopped us from getting told off already. We decided to try and go volcano hunting, and so we drove on a windy coastal road over there somewhere towards Grindavik, which is the nearest town to the volcano that's currently erupting, and we got told off for going down that way. We've come to this spot now, which is the meeting point of the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates.
I'm currently on the North American plate, and he's over there on the Eurasia plate.
We made our way to the capital, Reykjavík, and our very comfortable overnight halt. After a long and stressful travel day, it was time for some much-needed relaxation.
You join me in the Infinity Lagoon here at the Sky Lagoon, just outside Reykjavík. It's a wonderful 38 degrees, lovely and warm, and we're here to do the ritual, which is a 7-step process, and it starts with this warm bath, and then there's all sorts of other goodies over in that corner that we get to go and do.
Slightly less warm things.
Slightly less warm things.
There is a plunge pool.
I'm not looking forward to that bit at all.
Before you go in, that takes a whole new meaning to walk through town. It's really lovely. You can come here.
Very relaxing. So Gabby, what did you think of the 7-step ritual?
Parts of it were great, parts of it were cold. No. Oh, that is chilly.
Always like a sauna, me. You know me, I like a warm place, but yeah, sauna was good.
The mist was nice. That was the cold bit that was very nice.
Yeah, difficult to film, but felt very refreshing.
Yeah, great. So take one of these, put it on your body, on your face.
Steam room was quite a lot for you. You can buy drinks at the swim up bar here.
Obnoxiously expensive.
And that's why I've gone for fruit juice.
And this is not alcohol.
No, it's
a tea of
some tea
sort.
drink. But yeah, so overall very good.
Lovely.
That night, we ventured into Reykjavik city centre for some delicious burgers that we completely failed to document, but sadly the rain stopped us from exploring the city further. On day 2, we set out to explore the Golden Circle, the most popular scenic route in Iceland. But it wasn't long before we got distracted by the scenery. Our first scheduled stop was Thingvellir National Park. This dramatic rift is another place to walk between the tectonic plates of America and Europe, but was also the site of Iceland's first parliament from the 10th to the 18th century. Iceland is famed for its geological activity, and nowhere is this easier to see up close than at the hot springs of Geysir.
So we're in Geysir Park. I am standing in front of the Stroka Geysir. I'm really worried it's going to go off behind me and I'm going to get soaked and Scott's going to run away, because he will. Smells like eggs here, which is really, really nice. Basically stalling for time until it goes off. Okay.
I think we were quite lucky then.
Yeah.
We did not get wet.
Did not get wet.
Every 4 minutes or so, the Strokia Geysir blasts boiling water up to 60 metres into the air. The larger Great Geysir, from which the park gets its name, is now mostly dormant, with eruptions only every few years. Just 10 minutes up the road is the magnificent Gullfoss waterfall. Our last stop on the Golden Circle was the Kerid volcanic crater. Formed 6,500 years ago, the caldera is 55 metres deep and 270 metres across. It's normally possible to walk down to the lake edge, but icy weather had closed the path the day we visited. Gaby and I pressed on to that night's accommodation. So Gaby, where are we?
We are in Austerey Cottages. This is the place that I basically begged and pleaded for one night instead of standard 2. And because it's my birthday tomorrow, they said yes. And it's very, very special, and it's, yeah, really lovely. And we have this most amazing view. And yeah, I'm very excited to spend the night here and have that day.
We settled in with some simple ready meals of Icelandic meat soup and Swedish meatballs with mashed potato. But not long after sunset, we got a magical glimpse of the Northern Lights. Day 3 saw us strike out east along Iceland's south coast in search of 2 famous waterfalls and a black sand beach.
Right, welcome to Seljalandsfoss waterfall, which is a 65-metre drop from the Troll Woman's Gorge. So legend has it that a troll woman was trying to cross the gorge and then she ran away because she was afraid of the bells from the nearby church, which I can't see, but presumably it's around here somewhere. You are supposed to be able to walk behind it, but unfortunately, because of all the snow they've had recently, they've shut the pathway, so we can't do that today.
From this point on, the scenery got really spectacular. Just 30 minutes away is the majestic Skógafoss waterfall, a 60-metre high, 25-metre wide plunge. Amazingly, they'll let you walk right up to this one to experience the spray for yourself. It's also worth climbing the rickety steps for a better view of the falls and the valley. With the weather closing in, we made for our final stop of the day, the imposing black sand beach of Reynisfjara. We retreated to our hotel in the village of Vik and were rewarded with a luxurious room with dramatic views. That night, we dined at the popular black crust pizza restaurant.
2 and 6, the 2 with the cashew allergy. Thank you. Folks, and the 6.
That's great, thank you. Cheers.
If you're enjoying this video, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next adventure.
Right, get stuck in.
Pushing even further east on day 4, the scenery got truly staggering. Skirting the Vatnajökull ice cap, we passed several glaciers, but one in particular is world famous. The retreating Breiðamerkurjökull Glacier has left behind a huge 17 square kilometre ice lagoon in its wake, where chunks of the glacier now gently float out to sea as icebergs. Not all of the icebergs make it out to sea. Many get smashed up in the waves and wash back up on the nearby Diamond Beach, which is littered with chunks of crystal clear glacier ice.
Rather you than me, love. She's not going to go in the sea, is she?
Surely.
That would be... Well, she's making her way. She's like, no, actually, she decided against it.
We began our long journey home, stopping to take in more of the incredible scenery.
Gaby has decided she does not want to be filmed. Taking in all of this fresh air and scenery of Iceland.
There was just enough time and daylight to make one final stop.
Right, so this is the last stop that we have time for today. It's an unpronounceable name of a valley that I found in a vlog on YouTube. And yeah, we are just going up to take a look. Apparently it's very pretty.
Braving the absolute quagmire of a path, we trekked up the valley to marvel at its steep sides and waterfalls. We stopped in the quiet town of Hvolsvöllur overnight, 110 kilometers east of Reykjavík. With our flight not until the evening, we had time to visit one last attraction. Just 10 minutes away are the Hellir Caves. Part of a network of 12 man-made caves, the 3 that are open to the public had been used by farmers throughout the 20th century to store livestock. But their true origin was something of a mystery when they were first opened in 2020.
We are now sure that they are over 1,000 years old. History tells us we are the descendants of Norwegian Vikings. You see it? Vikings never made caves back in the day. And in one of the visits here, we got an Irish historian. And he told us that he thought we were looking at old cooking stones. It's an old method that the Irish used, where they would take big flat stones, they heated them in fires, and they cooked on top of those stones. We are now assuming we are standing in an old kitchen. It would explain our collapsed roof.
Scott, this one's painted.
The mystery of who made them only deepens in the 3rd cave, which features a cross carved into the back wall.
And that cross, we are quite sure, is as old as the cave. And if we look through our history, the first settlers of Iceland are supposed to have been Norwegian Vikings that were not Christian. So this didn't fit. Standing in a church doesn't fit with what the locals have been saying for 1,000 years.
The current theory is the caves were made by Irish monks who settled this region of Iceland before the Vikings. Naturally, this was swept under the rug by Scandinavian historians to uphold the image of the Norwegian Vikings as brave pioneers. But recent genetic studies reveal up to 20% of Icelandic DNA can in fact be traced back to Celtic roots, not Viking. Today, most Icelanders accept their dual heritage.
Supposedly, this is an ancient church that was created by Irish settlers, and it's really rather fascinating.
Leaving Halle, we took a scenic route to get to the airport, passing through the Reykjanes Geopark, a volcanic landscape with geothermal springs and fissures. And, being Iceland, it didn't pass up the opportunity to wow us one last time.
You hop out and grab a shot. You know what you're doing.
Do I?
Yeah. Yeah. It should just.
The crisps! Hopping out with me?
Yeah, go on then. Shut the up, honestly.
Iceland left a lasting impression on me. It's a country of staggering natural beauty, with landscapes that make you feel absolutely tiny. Yes, it's expensive and the driving can at times be a little sketchy, but with views this dramatic and food this good, seriously, every meal we had was great. I'd definitely come back. But what about you? Have I convinced you to come to Iceland? Are there any places we didn't go that you'd recommend? Let me know in the comments and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss my next adventure. Thanks for watching.